Hello and welcome, Yardigans. This is your boy Alex Yard. How's it going, everybody? I did have a question for JJ. Hello, JJ, Auto Yeah, Wackadude. We got Dubious Depths Radio and Alexa over on YouTube. Quite the crew. My question for JJ. So, for this wager, right, we're doing who can get farther in 1 hour. Now, I am definitely amenable to giving JJ like an extra amount of minutes because I have a lot more experience and kind of practice runs with this game, if that's the term you want to use. So like if I stop at 1 hour, then JJ would stop at 1 hour and 5 minutes. What do you think, JJ? 5 minutes? And also, JJ, you have the right to veto the extra minutes buffer. But since I've played through this game dozens of times in the past year or two, I have a bigger knowledge base, and it'll probably be a wash if we just do 1 hour. And hey, what's up, Zach, the Very Lucky Engine Productions? Always good to have Lucky Engine Productions. Nice going, Wackadude, getting that there. S-rank status in Sonic Unleashed. Hey, what's up, Third Bruno? Alright, JJ says, you'll admit that giving you extra 5 minutes will be 5 minutes of nonsense, LMAO. Made the best sandwich. Alright, I'm taking that to mean just 1 hour, plain and simple. So hey, I mean, even if we do just 1 hour for both of us, then, that can be factored into people's betting. And also, there's going to be 30 minutes to bet, so you can base it off the first 30 minutes. I'll be back soon to hop on the air. Oh, I forgot the timer countdown. There's just about 3 or 4 minutes left, so let me put that on the clock. And hello, Aaron. Welcome to YouTube's side of the party, Aaron. Hello, Eblo G. And yes, Eblo wonders how you define farther in a game. Yeah, it's more linear than you think if you're taking the kind of standard regular path. And pretty much one way we can gauge it is bosses. I mean, unless you're doing expert absurd techniques, you can't really skip bosses. Hello, Vector Sader. We got Ghost of Bird's gonna be taking off in a little bit. We're glad you popped in just for a hello. All right, Yardigans, here I come. Hello, hello. The timer shouldn't be going. I think the timer will, hey, what's up, Tep? The timer will start on its own. Yes, so I'm gonna set up the wager. Hello to Manuel and Aaron. Yeah, Aaron, thank you so much for, wow, Aaron has the stream on while making some music of Aaron's own. Very cool, and I'm glad you're enjoying the music theory videos. Yes, Ghost of Burb says this is one of the best games of all time, and it really is. Everything that I said about Sonic 3 in my 25% video is true about this game, even more. It's one of the best games I've ever played. So, this... hey, what's up, Funny Frog? This competition today for the Super Metroid block is going to be playing Super Metroid for exactly 60 minutes and seeing who gets farther. Okay? So, I'm going to open up the betting, but you're going to have 30 minutes to make up your mind. So, I will go ahead and start. Betting is now open. You can bet your life savings. You can bet 30 points. It's up to you. So yeah, I think I'm ready to go. So I should I'll reset this timer. And go to the main menu. Ghost of Burb agrees that Super Metroid is good. Alright, so... now, JJ, do you have a file ready that's this, at 0.01? So it would be, you know, just... I think this would put us at the same spot, right? It's just gonna put us... Oh, okay, so it's a new file, JJ? Say... Instead of saying yes or no, let me ask you, do you have... Okay, brand new file. Perfect. So I will erase this file. Actually, well, it doesn't matter which one. Sorry, I got the button mapping. I'll clear the second one. Alright, so now, here we go. Alright, so I'm ready to go. Betting is open. And thanks so much, Quackasatch, for, yeah, so many kind words. I'm really glad that you've been enjoying the Sonic, music theory videos. It means a lot. Sorry I can't respond in more depth because we're about to start this race, but I really appreciate it. Alright, JJ's ready. So I'll do it in chat. Alright, so JJ, when you see the word go in chat, that's when you go. Alright, here we go. Here's your 3. Here's your 2. And of course, your 1. And now, here comes the go, which is why I hit start. Rowboat is correct. We are going to enjoy The Last Metroid is in captivity. The 15-year-old narrator is available for work. Aaron has been trying different sound fonts for songs, looking for a good bass. Manual Z uses FL Studio. I used to use that. Now I use Logic because I have a Mac, but FL Studio used to be my jam. Tep says the only Metroid game, that you had was a Game Boy game on a Switch. Yeah, Metroid 2 on Game Boy. I did start to play it a little bit. Alright, I didn't start the timer, but I'm gonna start the timer now. It doesn't even really matter because, this is just, Oh no, oh boy. I clicked out of the window. So JJ got a little couple of seconds advance. Totally my fault though. I won't even talk about it. But yeah, we are pretty much in sync in the credits. And then Dubious Depths wonders if I know about the game Super Mario Bros. X. Is that the adult version? It's kind of like, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Manuel has advice for Aaron to try out some VSTs. JJ says spam that button like a pro. Yeah, it was because I clicked into OBS to start the timer and then forgot to click back into SNES. Look at these scientists. The X inhabit and possess a scientist in fusion. Tep Music says, should you start on this game? Well, it is one of the greatest games that I've ever played and that was ever made, so I'm gonna say yes. Ceres Station was under attack. I had to go right back. Alright. Fun fact. You can't pause during the Space Colony prologue. But the question is, who cares? Alright. Fresh adventure, infinite possibilities, moderately good gameplay. Why is this wrong? Oh, this is real bad. Oh, JJ, JJ, pause your game now. Yeah. Hopefully JJ hears me. This is not even a big setback. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I need to fix this. So yeah. We'll just resume as soon as I don't know when. So I'm gonna try and fix this as quick as humanly possible. Steam is not open. So played this week. There should be no reason why. Alright. I just need a minute. I'm just going to take myself off camera so I can just focus on this. I know why. It's because of the way we started. This is not the way that I typically start. So I do have a solution. And that is that I need to load a state, which is totally fine. Yeah, I should have realized that. It's because the save state that typically when I start a new game, I load a save state that's right at this start. But long story short, this save state that I always use at the beginning of the game has button mapping stuff included in it. So I tell you what, I'm going to come back down to where I was, which is at the bottom of the infinite possibilities room. Right, it's just, ba 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 ba. Right, and now I jump, it's correct now. Sorry about that. Literally the same thing happened almost as the taunt. Alright, so now that I'm here, I'm going to come back on camera. And... Hey, there's calm Alex. Alright, so I'm gonna JJ type in chat now. 3, 2, 1, go, and right on go, we can resume. I see JJ's jumping, getting in those calisthenics. 2, 1, alright, here comes the go. Go. JJ went. Alright. Now that I can control Samus, I'm poised to win the race. Although I gotta resume the timer. Live on the air. Heart on my sleeve. Dead scientists on the ground. You didn't realize they were dead scientists on your first playthrough, did you? Alright, I'm gonna resume the timer. Yeah, the timer itself is not... as long as it's going at the same rate for both of us. Now, Manual Z wonders, have I ever made and released my own music? Yes, I have. I'm not as active with it, nowadays. The music theory stuff is kind of my focus these days. But on my resume, I have at least 2 full albums of singer-songwriter songs. Like kind of rock music, alternative rock would be the genre, I guess you could say. And then I also was into composing for video games. So I composed 14 songs for Olalilia's video game, Platform Masters. And the game hasn't come out. But that's a whole other story. I did show one of the songs to patrons once. How many times am I going to miss this opening jump? Dude, how am I going to beat JJ? I'm going to make up for it at the boss. I'm sure JJ got out of this sequence a lot faster than I. Look, JJ's already at the cutscene. I can't do wonders, and hello, I can't do. What's the goal here? How are you measuring who wins? Pretty much, as soon as the clock hits 1 hour, we're both gonna stop in place. And I don't think it will be hard to figure out who is farther. Someone had asked before, if Super Metroid is non-linear, how do you even judge that? Well, it's more linear than you might realize. Because unless you're breaking the game with unintended exploits, you pretty much have to do all the bosses in the right order. So the bosses are a good kind of checkpoint. Now, I mapped the run button to RB. And it's up to you to figure out a reason if you care about that. It's just, putting the run button on a face button, it's annoying to have to hold down a face button that frequently. I see JJ's in the tall chamber of justice. 2, 4, 5, 6. Is it here? I almost got past it. Alright, now with this part, I haven't done this part good in so long, I always fall down. You want to jump from purple plat to plat, but sometimes I fail. Now coming down here, you're going to see the classical NES Metroid location. So this is supposed to be a mind-blowing return to right here, this spot at the beginning of Metroid NES. But because I had not played OG Metroid when I played this, it was totally lost on me. And that goes to show how thorough of a reimagination it is in Zero Mission. Because I had played Zero Mission, but I absolutely did not piece together that this was that starting location. Oh. I also have downward aiming mapped to L and upward aiming wrapped to R. And so even these statues, You know, there are, depending on the statue, there's the optimal fast way to do it. One of my favorite ways, the one after you fight Spore Spawn, which is one of my favorite bosses in the game, you fall down a really long kind of silo. So not only should you go into your morph ball to fall quicker, but then you have to uncurl from the ball right at the end and then aim downward. It's an absolute acrobatic feast, I'll say. Aaron was checking out sound fonts more because you wanted a more Genesis-sounding sound. Something like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. If you know where to look, you can find great sound fonts capturing that Genesis essence. Now, is JJ going up the elevator, so I'm officially ahead of him? How did that happen? I'm proud of me. Yeah, he just entered the... So, all of my flubs are now erased. I wonder what made the difference. Maybe could it have been the Ridley sequence? I know how to wrap up the Ridley part quicker than anyone in the West. And JJ's in the West. This is a very zen room. You can get more greedy with your techniques and possibly screw up and fall down in lost time. I love this game so much. You think Sonic 3 is a masterpiece? Good. If you appreciate Sonic 3, you would feasibly have just as much mind-blowing fun and fun challenge with this game. Alright, I'm out of the silo, and JJ is still mountain climbing. Yeah, that's right. Look at me go, JJ. I'm an unstoppable force. Unless I bump into something or fall down like I just did. I love this game. Metroid Dread's a really good one, too. Now this, I think I always take a hit here. Yeah, I don't know how to avoid that hit. I haven't researched that quite yet. Because it's not a big threat. Nice, and the King Samurai has subscribed. No, has cashed in on a watch streak. I'm coming back here to get some missiles, because they make a massive difference in clearing the... I think this boss only takes maybe just 8 missiles? Icantu says, you're guessing that we're both relatively familiar with the game. I would say I probably have... Yeah, no, I definitely have a lot, way more runs, and in turn, familiarity with the game. So JJ is kind of working at a disadvantage. Like, when JJ plays this game, does he enter this room with a mindfulness of how many missiles he got? Or does he just kind of barge in? These are the things that you gradually refine your strategy as time goes on. And I'm leaving the boss chamber now. So just take that as a sniff test. Betters, predictors. My fastest full game time in this game is 1 hour and 7 minutes. And at that point, you're like, wow, is it 1 hour possible? I would say, well, it's definitely possible. When I say is it possible, I mean with my total level of gaming skill and also, amount of time and type of game. Like, I never play this game in a practice capacity. And that's another way. It's like Sonic 3. It's like, there's no practice sessions. It's just every time you sit down to play, you're going on an adventure. And you are learning new things, having cool realizations, sometimes really deep into your time with the game. Now this is missile management, very important. It looks like I have 9 right now, so that's great. Yeah, ideally, you want to... Uh-oh, JJ took a wrong turn. He went to the right where the final boss is, but I went left. That's the kind of thing where JJ will make wrong turns of the sort that I used to all the time, and it's only because I just have more hours and sessions with the game. Now, I had an aha moment with this guy just the other day. Okay, watch this. Alright, I forget what the aha moment was. I thought I had an aha moment where there was some benefit to letting that guy chase you down, but now I have no idea. Icantu says, sounds like I'm one step away from putting speedrun splits on screen. Ooh, those were healthy missiles to get at this point in time, people. What do I have? 8 missiles? That's great. That's like, wow, 10. Wow, Lady Luck is treating me well at these Mario pipe refillers. Now, yeah, Icantu was saying, sounds like you're one step away from putting the splits on screen. Yeah, is that the thing where it's like a list of pluses and minuses to tell you how your pace is coming along, and it updates it in each chapter or whatever? Aaron just picked up the Jenny plugin. Infinite possibilities, new plugins, creative potential. Okay, so with this boss, this is one of the highlights of the game, definitely. Yes, 2 hits, I'm pretty sure that I got. Always want to try to get 2 hits. I think I got 2 that time. I think if you get 2 hits per cycle, it only takes 4 cycles, which is pretty darn quick, but you really have to be on top of things, you know? I think I got him. He could go down, possibly, in this next one. Ow. Alright, that one, he's got 1 more hit. No! Another cycle. I see JJ's at 4 spawn, so I better wrap this up on the next cycle. And also, I pretty much never sit around and wait for this guy's drops. I just leave. It's just not necessary. Oh my god, I missed a hit. So now I'm gonna get the drops, because I was here anyway. But see how I didn't waste any time getting that other health? Yeah, you have so many ways to get health and missiles from here on out that it's just that there's little point in waiting around for those drops that you can almost get passively anyway. Oh, I gotta roll into a ball. And then at the end, go like this. Ooh, I did it relatively perfectly. If only I had rolled into a ball sooner. I got the super missiles, guys. That's just like the title of the game. Yeah, don't stop for these pipes. Use your super missile. Edlo's trying to figure out how did Metroid become super without the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, I hope that's followed up on in the new movie. See how they keep moving the rumored date or month of the Sonic 3 movie trailer? You know, earlier this summer you see tweets like, strong rumor is that Sonic Movie 3 trailer will be dropping this July. July comes, you see a tweet that's the same thing as that, except it's August, guys, trailer, guys. And then August is rolling. Look, it could come out in August, but I did see a tweet yesterday that was just a September rumor, so I'm like, alright, screw this. Whenever Jim Carrey's ready, he can reveal the trailer. Now, this room has lots of enemies. This game is perfect. If you say it's easy, that's misleading. I got plenty of super missiles. I see JJ still dancing with Spore Spawn. And don't you worry, JJ. After today, I'll give you a full... Well, I won't give away all my... Because there's one thing about Spore Spawn that, as far as a strategy, I think that's a fun kind of puzzle to solve. So there's that one tidbit that I might withhold the mystery, but I'll give JJ some Spore Spawn pro tips. Oh god, that's not where I need to go. Rowboat wonders if I'm gonna do Kraid early. I'm not gonna do Kraid early, I'm gonna do Kraid on time. Mark my words, you'll see. I'm not gonna do Kraid early, I'm going to do Kraid on time. Ooh, what a teaser. Cantu says, gotta keep the content going, Alex. We can milk videos about a moving target indefinitely. Is that a reference to something that I'm not cool enough to figure out? Moving target? I'm thinking through it. Alright, so I don't want to be late, which is why I'm going to break through this wall with a super missile. And is JJ not going to do this? This is not supposed to be the hard part. No problem. So I got the Spazer. Now it's so funny, when I first started playing this game, I stopped using the Spazer because I was like, well, it makes the game too easy. If I have such a wide, you know, projectile radius, it's like, well, it kind of takes the aiming aspect out of the game. I want to be running through these hallways, you know, aiming at targets, and not just having a massive projectile. But then I realized, well, it's actually not an issue when you think about speedrunning context. Now, this is dangerous up here, because I don't have a lot of health. So I need to... Oh, I wish I had stopped for that health. Well, yeah, Icantu says, nothing like a good old-fashioned self-imposed restriction. Yeah, so the reason why... Right, I will only ever do that if it's absolutely necessary. I need health. So I am incurring a time cost because of this. It's like I got through all that so fast, but at what cost? I had to pay for it in time. Get it? Alright, yes. So Robo, I think, is piecing it together. That, yeah. Because the wall jump is fully canonical, and, you know, you don't unlock it. So you can't get the wall jump early. So that thing, like, that's not a skip. It just... Most people will inefficiently go downstairs, because you wouldn't even know, probably, to... Well, no, you could figure it out that there's the super missile. And, yeah. Right? Alright, I gotta focus on this. Optimal strategy for this opening appearance is one regular missile, and then a super missile. Alright, I only got a super missile, but that's not a big deal. Hey, what's up, Kiyo? Kraid goes down. Grab some help. That was easy. I see JJ's trying to do the high jump. I'm surprised that JJ's doing that on the air, because I didn't know if... I had talked about that a little bit with JJ, about how... Like, JJ said the exact same thing I had said when I first started playing. And yes, Keo, this is indeed a race. Instead of get to a spot the fastest, it's who can get farther in an hour. And I'm doing good. And thank you, Aaron, for the GG commendation, saying, truly a GG moment. That was a very good Kraid, and I love that boss so much. I would be lying if I said I can always beat it that quickly. It doesn't always pan out that way. Got a wall jump to get out of here. Eblo says, what a cool fight. If only they'd bring him back. Indeed. They're totally opposed to any memory berries, so it's, you know, all that lost potential. Now with this, the best way is to let all four of them grab you and then shoot the missile. Because no matter how many barnacles are attached themselves to you, it just takes one puny missile to get them all off in an instant. So yeah, I was having to focus on the boss, but yeah. The reason why I started using the spacer and realized I shouldn't have a self-imposed limitation is because the spacer is an intended aspect of the game, especially in context of the timing. Right? If I'm competing against JJ for time or to see who can get farther, I'm throwing away a lot of efficient time if I'm using the spacer. And, you know, even with this, it's not like the spacer, it's not like it makes the game kind of autopilot metal mode, not at all. You still have to use your spacer well, but even then, I think later in the game, am I supposed to turn off the spacer? I forget. Robo definitely wants to play this game again and all, but you want to wait until you can do it on real hardware. Yeah, dude, I remember when I was first starting to play this, and I was streaming it, you know, and I got to that room that has the spacer upstairs, and Robo's like, dude, go up, spacer's up there, and I'm like, wow, Robo really knows his stuff, and Super Metroid specifically. Is the door open? When did I shoot that? Now where do I gotta go? Shit. I got the high jump boots. Where the hell do I go? Oh, I'm freezing up. It's not down there. Where the hell do I go? Panic! Oh, I'm totally freezing up. Is it here already? Running down this, the expressway? No, I'm wasting... JJ's catching up. Where the hell do I go with the high jump boots? Oh, I can go in the heat now. I can go in the heat. So is it down I have to go? Or up? Oh, it is up. It's the other hot room. I'm pretty sure. I hope to hell. Otherwise, JJ's gonna catch all the way up. I think the reason this tripped me up is because when I was playing earlier this week, I accidentally went down and got the boots first. Yeah, this is where I need to be. But now I'm taking the true, you know, on-time route, not the circuitous go way downstairs. Yeah, Eblo's wondering if anyone else saw the stream picture get smaller. Not to my knowledge. Did you unplug the stream and plug it back in? Ethlo says, where the hell do I go? That's how you know you're playing a legit Metroid game. Now, don't waste a very powerful ability you have to charge a shot, but instead of shooting it, you hold on to it, and then when you jump, you hurt enemies in midair. Now, here's my secret to this part. So I'm actually going to open this door, go like this, but not in. That gives me more room to get a running start. And I find it's a lot easier to do this wall jump. Ready? Alright, so I made it, but I just messed up the second wall jump. I'm under pressure, live on the air. Ah, poop place, poop time. Dude, I am having live stream wall jump anxiety. Oh my god. That's just jump anxiety. Oh my flippin'. Should I shoot this guy? JJ's gonna catch up, man. Where's JJ? Climbing out of Crade's area? Alright, whatever. What am I... I'm tapping it at... It's just, I'm inside my own... I got the twisties. Yikes, man. Alright, where should I go? Up here, right? Uh-oh. Can't look at chat when there's lava underneath, yo. I love those sounds that those things make. I'm good at this part. Should I do a super missile for the door? Get in quicker. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keo cautions me. Careful with that there hot sauce. Manual Z really likes the way diminished chords sound. You know how people who hate any kind of dissonance, but you really like it. Yeah. You know, diminished chords, I think I'm long overdue to talk about diminished chords in a music theory video. And like, I know how to make a diminished chord. I just don't have a ton of experience knowing, like, what are some common ways of using them. I can only think of exact songs that use them, but I've never really looked at them and thought about them in a way to be like, all right, well, how can I use this in future situations, you know? Shadow Ops says, Super Missile is like a warhead. Now, this is a very high-stakes room, and I'm going to answer Icantu's question after this high-stakes room. This is not even the hard part. It's getting back up. Keo says, I'm good at this part. Holds right. Celebrate the small victories in life. Hand yourself a participation trophy. Nice. We've got 2 super missiles. Yeah, so Icantu says, I have a surprising amount of depth of knowledge about this game. How much is self-taught? Basically all of it. I've speed ran this game more than 30 times, maybe closing in on 40. So, like, yeah. This game is just the gift that keeps on giving, because, you know, even after I finished my first alphabet, my first 26 speed runs, right, I was still learning fascinating new discoveries. And when I say discoveries, it's not emergent stuff. It's all deliberate. It's all immaculately designed. You know, yeah. So that, yeah, just about everything I've figured out about this game, it was in a similar format to doing score runs of Sonic 3. It's just, it's like I say at the very end of the 25% video. Now I gotta go to the left. I say, you know, all you need to do is try to get points. Aim to increase your score. So in the course of doing so, you'll ask yourself all the right questions. That's what you do in this game. Just swap out score for time. And it's just, that's how you unlock so much of what this game even is. And that's why it's misleading and dishonest to say, oh yeah, Super Metroid is a good game, but the main flaw is that it's an easy game, right? No one's disputing that it's not that hard to beat the game the first time. But that first time you beat the game, that's not the end of the journey. That is you setting foot into the dojo for the very first time. It's like now your adventure begins. Now with this guy, I love the RNG on this boss. You can't really predict what he's gonna do next, because it has randomized patterns, but there are some tells. Like eventually he's gonna get into one of these grooves where he might just growl 5 times in a row without attacking. And this is where the spazer, of course, helps. Admit it, when you made a YouTube video about Donkey Kong Country 3, you said, wow, I bet the DKC3 devs had a lot of fun with Super Metroid, because look at this boss. Yeah, Kyo says it's the cute boss. It is such an adorable boss. I probably said that on the air before, that, yeah, it's scary but endearing at the same time. It's like, you can tell that it's very dangerous and it could kill you, but it's also acting like a little baby dinosaur that just doesn't have a grip on life quite yet. Ghosterburb always felt bad for this guy. Why? Because his walking skeleton corpse is like a laughingstock joke in a game that's otherwise like the most serious, depressing, scary game of all time. Manuel Z wonders, what's the Alex Yard quote all of all time? Well, if you ask Anderson Cooper, what he'll quote is, what is it, the Tidal Tempest video? When I said, when I was talking about how you hear that note, and it's the tonic, but it doesn't sound like the tonic. And what do I say? I say, perhaps it's because the consistent ninth chord shape primes our ear to experience the note through the prism of it being adjacent to the chord's root. And I'm not just saying random syllables. All that, I'm talking about something it's very high concept. But I remember Subsonic Sparkle came in and quoted that once, and I was like, oh, one of my greatest moments. Now, I have the Hyper Bomb, so I can clear this out. Yeah, Kyo likes that retro bone sound. They might as well have put that retro bone sound in The Matrix Reloaded. We were talking the other day about how when he fights the 100 Smiths, he throws a Smith into 5 other Smiths and knocks them down like bowling pins. Now I should have wall jumped. It's quicker to get out of this room. Nice. Third Bruno is going to have to look into that there stuff, because Third Bruno's current work might depend on it. You mean the music composition stuff you're working on now? Might have a 9th chord. Icantu has an inquiry. I won't say it out loud just in case, but you snooze, you this. Alright, what's my good way of doing this part? Just do 2 small grapples. Now, don't let anyone tell you that this thing is janky. If you think this grappling hook is janky or not perfect, then you need to experiment with it, because you're pressing the buttons in the way you do in other games when this is its own unique thing. But once you understand how it works in this game, you can do it very reliably and funly. And yes, funly is a word. Yay. Nice. Icantu scooped it up. JJ says he did a wall jump first try. I see him struggling in the big eyeball room that I was stuck in for a while doing that wall jump. Aaron is vibing with the drums on offer in the Jenny plugin. So there's a happy customer with the Jenny plugin. Want to sound Genesis-y? Get Jenny. I'm just Jenny from the block. Well, we're at the 36-minute mark. I do want to play a full hour of Super Metroid. So even, this is going to go a little bit past the top of the hour. But yeah, if it modestly cuts in to the other games, and don't worry, Third Bruno, oh, that's bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but that was an unforced error. But I was going to say to Third Bruno, don't you worry, we are going to have a solid dose of submarine gameplay tonight, regardless. I'm so embarrassed I had that unforced error. See how perfectly I did that? There's no excuse for his geek critique. Keo says, don't be fooled by the emeralds that I got. I'm just Jenny from the block. Did it come out that Jennifer Lopez is collapsing? She had to cancel her tour because there was not enough tickets sold, and I don't know, it's just slowly emerging that she's a diva biatch, as Dave Chappelle might say. Where am I supposed to go? Is it, oh yeah, I gotta go get, what is it, the ice beam in here? Third Bruno explains he's working on a song with multiple versions. Oh, and I bet that was what I heard a preview of what you shared over on our Discord server for patrons, which includes Barry. Barry joined us over on the Discord this week. Great to see it. Yeah, we were talking about the cut content mention that Christian Whitehead tweeted out. He said that when they were making the Sonic Mania special stages, the idea that they fully intended to do was, at the moment you get the emerald, now you have to run away from the UFO for 10 seconds. So you steal the emerald, but then the UFO comes after you, and you have to keep running to avoid it for another 10 seconds. So they actually cut that, but yeah, I want to see modders create that, and it better be ready by Sage 2025 or 2024. I'm sure JJ can just abandon Ashura his glitch and make that Flight of Fancy Christian Whitehead cut content mod. Oh, I screwed that up. This is not a hard part of the game, Alex Yard. Interesting. Vector Sater has been hearing about a lot of tour cancellations lately. Is it because just in our post-COVID world, no one wants to go dance in a big petri dish of slobbering fans? Yeah, now Icantu says, was the idea that the UFO would take the emerald back? I would think, yeah, because, yeah, if the UFO caught you, then you'd just lose. So you wouldn't emerge at the other end with the emerald. Manuel Z wonders, Alex Yard, do I own a yard by any chance? I don't own a yard, but I have a yard. I don't own the property that I sleep inside. I rent it. Where am I supposed to go? Up and out, right? Because I gotta go fight one of the best bosses in the game. Phantom. He's a bit of a phantom. Vector Sater doesn't know why people are canceling their tours. Is it because all the girls that really like Drake grew up out of their teens? I never knew that Drake was on that, what is it, Degrassi show? That melodramatic children's Beverly Hills 90210 micro soap opera. Shadow Op says break the glass too. Although I could do that right now it would not be in my interest. And that's simply because I don't have the gravity suit, so I would not be able to move around and up in the water on the other side of that tube. But someday, it will be time. Be time. This is like calisthenics, I love it. This music is good. This room would probably be better to take off the spacer. Although, yeah, don't forget, guys, that the grappling beam can grab items. It's a game changer. It's very useful. It cuts down on just, number of steps. Damn it. And it will one-hit kill many an enemy. Not all of them, but lots of them. iCantu says they must have cut it because they wanted to avoid gamers experiencing loss aversion. Oh, I just hit down again. You're welcome, JJ. Why is JJ going to the left in that room? Aaron wonders if I ever heard of Chrono Trigger. Oh, I gotta go back up. That's right. I went down the elevator by accident. As a freebie to JJ. Yeah, I've never played Chrono Trigger, but I definitely heard of it. And I think we've done at least one VGM request here. Might have even been Robo. But yeah, what Christian Whitehead had added the detail that he's like, it was hard enough for gamers to get to Mach 3. Now, I find that interesting because most of the special stages, you can catch up to the Emerald on Mach 2. And so, that, to me, that strikes me as the optimal strategy. Don't spend time and effort going out of your way to get as many blue spheres as possible. Just get enough to get to Mach 2 as soon as possible. And then once you do, just only focus on catching up, Land on top of this like that. Shadow Ops says you need tons of rings. Yeah, and I always prioritize rings when I play those special stages. I think those special stages are so well designed. Balancing the priorities of rings versus blue spheres for your Mach speed. It's perfect. I want to see more of that in Penny's Big Breakaway. But instead, in Penny's Big Breakaway, it's like, oh, you jumped? Here, have some points. That's part of a combo, because you jumped. You hit the jump button. I almost wasted a super missile. Third Bruno was amazed that the water texture was designed with perspective to give a pseudo 3D look. I didn't even notice. Is it kind of like the great pseudo 3D perspective in the surface of the water at Hydrocity, which I very thankfully got to use as the credits of the Hydrocity music theory video. Aaron says it's been a minute since you've played Sonic Mania. Wow, just a minute ago? What a coincidence. Yeah, I would say playing it once a day is more than enough, but you're on top of things. Right, it's as Kyo was saying. Get to Mach 2, maneuver good, get Emerald. Alright, so I have to turn off... Whoops. I gotta turn off the ice beam. iCantu could imagine a world with a Sonic R sequel based on the Mania special stages. Dude, that would be tremendous. And you could structure it, yeah, like a race, but still structured with a lot of... Oh, I can't be stopping the talk. I'm on a timer. Dun, Alright, so you have to pause, switch back to the ice beam, unpause, and then get him, and then turn it off. And if I do this, well, I gotta hurry up though, because it's not in-game timer, it's true game timer. But what I just did will pay for itself. Is it possible to defeat him in just 3 rounds or 4? It's almost like this is kind of the sequel to the Spore Spawn. Ice Beam. Alright, JJ died. Damn it. I missed him that time. Totally missed. Third Bruno is not sure if Hydrosity does that bit for the background. Can't miss him this time. Yes! So it's got to be 2 rounds left. Because he's not that red yet. Alright, we've got plenty of life. Sometimes you go rough and tumble to make it happen quick. Could this be it? With enough ice and the power of friendship? Damn it, I jumped. Could have had him. I mean, look, I think I have this in the bag because JJ died. Still, it's a matter of performance. And now I only have 200 health. I better wrap this up. Here we are. Aaron plays Sonic Mania on PC when you're playing casually, but when you're playing competitively, you play the Netflix port. Yeah, now, what are the main differences in the Netflix port? Like, when you finish a zone, does it autoplay another zone? Or like, oh, recommended based on your likes? Third Bruno says, game design like that is the whole reason that the third Bruno has been playing Ocarina of Time 3D instead of the original. So what, does the 3D version bring in quality of life improvements and such? Don't trip on the Sparkies in this room. Get it, Subsonic Sparky? Interesting. Wackadude says, Sonic Mania on Netflix has frame rate control, really? And optimization on different devices? No kidding. So it has settings for, like, iPads or poop phones, whatever. Yeah, this room too, I think it's good. There's a lot of combat in the room up above me that I'm going to, and I think it's actually better to still have the ice beam off. Kind of running low on health. Yeah, I always thought that the sound those things make is really cute, but then people are like, no, those are enemies. Don't think that they're cute. Yeah, 2 hits without the ice move. Oh, okay, Wackadude, in fact, was saying that the frame rate is bad and also the optimization options. So are the menus different at all? Like, does it have the exact same menu of options for, video and sound? Or is it different as it pertains to the Netflix port? Because you're either running it on the Chevy Amiga or the Chevy Netflix. I think those are the only machines that run the Netflix port. I love that. That's one of my favorite sentences of 2024. The Netflix port of Sonic Mania. It's amazing. I saw a customer at the store where I work yesterday. He must have been, 6 years old. Walks in with his dad. And what does he have on his shirt? I'm so happy to say this out loud. Sonic and Knuckles. Not the Sonic and Knuckles game box logo, but just, a drawing of Sonic and Knuckles, just in their prime form. It was great to see. All right, Ghost of Burb is getting, time to go, Ghost of Burb. So, yeah, have a good day tomorrow. Sorry you can't stay with us, but always a treat to have you. See you later. All right, Ghost of Burb's gonna check out the VOD. Manuel Z wonders that, in the future, just hypothetically, if you imagine a world where there's a music theory video for, all Sonic CD zones, would I do something for the jingles or the opening and closing themes? I would say maybe, but it wouldn't, I don't know. And there's definitely stuff in that same category that I could and have expressed an interest in doing for Sonic 3. I think it's part of it is just, every video I make comes at an opportunity cost. If I work on X, I can't work on Y. So to make more and more videos about the same game and, double down further on pigeonhole elements, that's mainly my, but it's also because, this is my full-time job and pursuit. I don't want to spend my entire 30s on just a couple of games. It's bad enough that I already made a music theory video for just about every zone, not just in Sonic 3, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That is nuts. That is nuts. Even my business manager expressed uneasiness over that. But I was like, nope, I gotta do it. Shadow Ops spotted the gravity suit, and I think I did too. If I'm looking at the screen. Where's JJ? What room is that? One of those inessential rooms? Haha. I'm just kidding, I'm just talking crap. Icantu says the number one pick for non-level music would be the competition mode menu music. Now, would that be the 1994 version of or would that be the absolutely amazing, I think it's from the prototype, the right, the one that's in the final game. I think that's a Brad Buxer one, right? Both of them are good. I mean, the Buxer one, if it's Buxer, it's kind of simple and kind of chilled, but it's still nice. But that other one is pretty amazing. I can do about the Netflix thing. yeah, I was just wondering the philosophical aspect of, you know, the fact that they made that Mania. Oh, and Manuel Z's taken off. See you later. So glad you joined us. Have a good night. Yeah, what I can't do was saying that, you know, the fact that they made the Netflix port of Mania is like, is it worth the trade-off? You know, yeah, you're able to introduce more people to the game, but if it's a subpar version, is that going to damage community perception of Sonic at large? These are the questions that Netflix CEOs need to ask themselves. More importantly, Sega. Oh boy, don't get sucked down by these worms. Kyo says, a devastating blow to the bad behavior right. Thank you, Kyo. This is great music. I love this. JJ wonders how I got to Crocomire. So I got the wave beam. Do you go get the wave beam after getting the... What is it? Not the high jump boots. You know that long corridor where you keep running and running? Well, I guess my next question, JJ, is did you get the wave beam? Because if not, that's what I would do next. Uh-oh, I'm not unprepared for this room. I gotta have my ice beam. I should have had it on already. Alright, no wave beam. So, where you want to go, JJ? You know that room with all the green eyeballs where you have to do that wall jump? Where if you go up into the upper right corner, there's that long... Oh, I can't be stopping, damn it. This was all JJ's plan. I'm just kidding, man. Get out of this jam first. Oh my god. "24 health? I died. Hey. So I died. I mean, it's... I don't save when I play, by and large. So, I mean, given that we're at 59 seconds, yeah, it would be too hard for me to explain it probably on the air, but you died twice. Alright, I can't just listen to the proto competition music. You see my point. Yeah, I really like that proto competition music. Alright, well, symbolically deciding that I won, because I did get farther. JJ never got to, what is it, Crocomire. Kyo says, well, now that the race is over, yes, let's pay it out. Someone's about to get points, man. And that includes Robo. Robo put down 4,000 on Alex. And Eplo put on almost 1,000 on Jage. So Robo's getting a payday. And even JJ too. That's a pretty good win-win situation. Right. Alright, cool. Kyo found a new map pack. And yeah, you know, that JJ was at a disadvantage because I have so much more navigation absorbed by this point, you know. So, let me go ahead and open Pac-Man World 2. Thank you for the opportunity, JJ, as well. I will share all of my tips and secrets. Alright, JJ says he'll get me eventually. I want to see that clock say 106 then. It's on. But yeah, Keo found a map pack. I guess we won't do it tonight, but if you send it to me today and then I can add it to the pack and then I can distribute it to everybody, you know, maybe at the beginning of a stream or just, you know, promote it throughout the stream. But okay. Let's close the timer. That noise is kind of funny. Now, Wackadude wonders if I'm ever going to stream Team Sonic Racing. It's so funny you said that. I thought about that. And yes, I totally would. I've streamed it before, but it probably has been a while. And it would be good to check in with the team before. Because how many Sonic games do you have that doesn't start with an S for Sonic? There's not a lot of them. But Team Sonic Racing is one of them. It's like you're looking at the S's on Steam, trying to decide what to play. And you might miss Team Sonic Racing. Let's get rid of the overlay, even if it's going to make an ugly black void. JJ says both of his fan games begin with an A. Assure the Glitch. Another Sonic 2 remake. And I got no third one to add to the bit. And yeah, Keo, Google Drive would be the way to go. So, I'm going to go ahead and open up Pac-Man. So I'm not playing these levels blind. I have played these levels a bit on my off-stream file. But I do have to, you know, win. Because I have only gotten as far on my stream file as what you saw me play last time. Now Wackadude says this. Shadow the Hedgehog. Dude, I love that game. And I think Shadow is in Team Sonic Racing. The character, not the game. Shadow Op says Sonic R should be remastered. Close this. Yeah, JJ says it wasn't a total disaster, but JJ noticed that I got the gravity suit in an hour. Not bad, huh? Yep, I rode the escort statue. Escort. What the hell do I need to click? This. Alright, I'm gonna let you vibe with the intro and its intro cutscene while I just go grab something in the other room. So let me just open up the game. Where is it? There it is. And I'm gonna keep my eye on Repack. Pac-Man World 1 repackaged. Yeah. Probably a little loud. Nitro Rad. Alright. Enjoy this opening cinematic. It has some essential lore that without which you will be very confused by today's stream. I can't do says, never in your life did you consider that Pac-Man would have a pack dog. Pack dog spinoff when?
At last, I am free from the confines of this accursed prison. You there, take these
Doesn't he look like Zavok?
imprisoned me and follow me if you want to get
Sega draws strong inspiration from
forever.
Wackadude says Pack Devil. Now Shadow Op says, it dawned on me. Pack Dog was in the cartoon. Third Bruno watch the cartoon? Where'd the game go? There we go. Alright, it's a strange fluke with this software. I'll just open it up. Just give me a second. Sorry, team. A fried, A1 fried, wonders is the pack back? Oh, the pack is not just back, it's back, you know, BACC. Do you get worried at the store when you see the sign that says, oh, we'll be right back in 15 minutes, but it's spelled in that internet way on purpose, BAC? I was like, uh-oh. How many more years until every American speaks a different language? Load game. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, he just doesn't want me to switch out of the window. Why? Here we go. Third Bruno has not watched a Pac-toon yet, other than a tiny bit of Ghostly Adventures. But perhaps that will change someday. No. Alright, Third Bruno, I always feel bad when this thing malfunctions, because the third Bruno is hyped, ready to go, and so am I. I mean, I got VSync off. Alright. I really don't want to touch anything on my computer again, because it might make this poopy. Alright, so he is smart, which you know because he has the Monopoly goggles, and I guess he just graduated from high school, so he's still wearing the cap just to brag. Pretty good jiggle physics on the tassel hanging from his cap. That's pretty good. I Can't Who says, are you telling me Pac-Man was an actually fleshed out IP and not just a way to sell this game with a recognizable character? I guess there's Pac lore about Bonnie, Sonny, Ronnie, and Clyde. You can't see the game. Now you can. Alright, now we're in business. Yeah, I kind of forgot. I hadn't clicked on the game. But here we are, right back in it. So yeah, these levels are fun. There's at least a couple of sub-levels. Alright, you have these missiles. Your ammo is not infinite per se. It's kind of infinite, but you only have so many at a time. So that gives you an incentive to not just spam the missile button. If you're just tapping it intermittently, you know, and deliberately, you're probably not going to run out. So I'm getting better and better at, you know, being able to sense where the guys are going. When you're... The visual perspective is a little strange. It's just not very intuitive where you think you are in relation to hazards up ahead. So I would wonder, maybe that's why they add the crosshair. If you see the crosshair, that means that I'm lined up with it at that moment, so that if I shoot, it will hit. And sometimes these things will have life units in them Look at these ocean graphics. It's just all green fog. That's adorable. Interesting. Third Bruno, first of all, is saying that this is procedurally generated. That I did not even, wouldn't have even occurred to me to think that. That's kind of cool that people playing the game long term. Yeah. You can't just rely on muscle memory. You have to actually look at the environment. Yes. Oh no, I have full life, so I'm not really gonna try to shoot all that much at the stand. As long as I get to this checkpoint, save point, I'll be alright. Because I die a lot the farther into this level I get. So as long as this first run gets me to the second checkpoint. I love how these patterns of these aggressive sea and enemy robot sentry drones, is not set in stone. It's procedurally generated, so every playthrough is different. And every playthrough is customized to your own anxieties. I love the sound effect. Boo, boo, boo. This looks a lot easier than it actually is. You're actually seeing an incredible gameplay display at the moment. Trust me, it takes hit. I didn't just back-to-back hit, did I? A checkpoint for my money. Alright, this is where the cavalcade of cavalry comes in. And they dangerous. These are damn good graphics. But I wonder what it looked like on a native CRT GameCube in 2000 tray. Ah! Checkpoint reached. You hear that sound effect? Alright, JJ, take it easy and enjoy some kart. And yeah, and maybe see you at kart this evening. Have a good one, man. Alright, yeah, and I just got a checkpoint, so that's quite alright. Sub's going down, baby. Alright, these guys, it's good to be proactive. Yeah, if you wait, those giants will annihilate. Press B to fire gun. Now, do I have limited ammo with this? This is fun to use. I never knew about this. I wonder if this is time limited or ammo limited. Collecting fruit, just like the classical days. Life. Alright, checkpoint, third Bruno. And I got 7 lives. Hey, how's it going, Javid? Welcome to the Saturday Night Fever. I can't have seen people play this game before and write it off as bargain bin filler with Pac-Man branding. But already I can tell that there's a bit more to it than that. I mean, I always thank third Bruno for bringing this game to my attention. In fact, it was, as we were saying recently, third Bruno's first ever VGM request here at the Zone was a water level. Was it Scuba Duba from this game? And I was like, yeah, I like what I see. Dude, I remember that day that he requested that, looking at the gameplay footage and seeing the rev roll. I can't do it now because this is a sub-level, but seeing the rev roll, which is basically like a super peel out, but in 3D, I was like, wow, there's some cool stuff in this game. It's not just another Bubsy. Ta! Yeah, third Bruno knows this game very well. He could recite the list of levels in music. Much like I'm proud to be able to do for Banjo-Kazooie. Because that's how much I played that game. Got no hits left. Oh, I'm toast. I hit the pipe. Shadow Op says, CRTs still look better than many LCDs and LEDs. Yeah, is there ongoing controversy and debates where some people are diehard CRT, disciples, and other people say it's overrated, it's nothing good, it's just a romanticized, perfect imagination of a previous era that never was. In the era of emulation with really sharp pixels and pixel games, it's like if you're going for authenticity, wouldn't you want it to look the way it did on, I guess, a CRT? Full bill of health. Wow, extra life? I don't know how I'm getting all these extra lives. My lives typically tend to trend downward on this level. This is Smart Bomb. Yeah, I'm being a little bit more proactive with attacking the bombs. And maybe that's what I should have been doing all along, because it's like you have the ammo. It's infinitely regenerating ammo. And if it's going to A, clear the path to make it less dangerous, and B, give you health pickups, you could say it's dangerous not to try to shoot some of the robots see an enemy drone sentries. They're kind of like those drone enemies in Tidal Tempest Pass. As it flies in and out of the area. Who installed these pipes? Pack Dog? Are these the kind of pipes that can burst and then you have an underwater oil spill? Remember the BP oil spill? 2010 or whatever? Made a South Park episode. And then it's like missing a level complete bit. It just abruptly ends. Third Bruno says... Alright, yeah, oh, hey, what's up, Fresh Till Death? Javid says, 16-bit games were designed to be played on CRTs. How else are you gonna get that, dithering waterfall or whatever? But yeah, Third Bruno says, if you want 100% the game, you do have to destroy the bombs. Interesting. Third Bruno says, each game in this trilogy had passion and ambition, as well as development Distruggles. Imagine if that was your last name, Distruggles. Hi, my name is Bruce Distruggles. All three games also had development struggles to some degree. But when it's all said and done, only the third game was a failure. But still has its fans, including Third Bruno. So maybe, are you talking about like sales-wise? The first two did, fine, good, but then the third one undersold. I can't just been wondering why they'd bother to take a simple arcade character, and make it into a platformer. But then you realize that Donkey Kong Country exists. Yeah, and then they made Donkey Kong 64 just so that Cybershell could make his video. Now with this, if I remember, is it best to take out the top blades first? I think that's what I remember is... I'll go for the upper left blade. Mega whale, how creative. Alright, third Bruno confirms. Yeah, so if Rareware started the odd trend of taking a 2D platformer and making it 3D, or arcade was your point. Oh, right, because arcade, yeah, Donkey Kong's Origins was the arcade. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong blade. And to hit the upper one. If I remember, it's in the later phases, it's harder to make contact with the higher blades. I think the lower blades are on screen. More billion per parts per billion per second. Parts per billion is one of my all-time favorite measurement units. Is the water poisoned? Well, it has, 72 parts per billion of whatever substance. Shooting these missiles is just such a cool, chill flow. Oh, I can't look at the chat. And an auto-scrolling sub sequence. Alright, so now those guys are going to start. Get ready for them. It's not the propeller I wanted. I wonder if the third Bruno knows if the hit points get reset after each phase. Like, if I just destroyed the upper left propeller, I wonder if the damage that I dealt to the lower left propeller is... when he comes back, does the remaining propeller get full hit points? Hey, what? Now there's these big sea anemones you gotta look out for. Dude, I'm destroying he. Misses. Dude, that was a loud explosion. That would have been amazing on Dolby. Hey, speaking of Donkey Kong, look at those glistening, rotating, shiny nanners. Go get it, Packy. Oh, I hit no. Shit. Is there any way to save? Other than that screen? I guess it's not a big deal. That's so annoying. And there's another level. That must have been cut content. They didn't have time to set up an end screen. But anyway, Haunted Boardwalk. Ah, look at him. Uh-oh, I still have Super Metroid as the category. Let's fix that, Toot Sweet. Alright, so this is the Haunted Wharf level. And because it's a wharf with like a spooky theme, naturally, Pac-Man is wearing roller skates. Wait, what's the connection? Third Bruno says, worst case scenario, there's Pac Village, but it would take time to walk back on the map. Shadow Ops supports the Deepwater Horizon movie. Oh, did they make a movie out of that with Glenn Close and what's his name? Kevin Costner. Yeah, you need a guy in the movie. Just put Kevin Costner in the movie. Now you have a movie. Conveyor belt celebrities. Now this gets really finicky when it gets to the kind of horizontal bits, when there are horizontal planks, that each one of them falls down, and there's not really a way to do a small jump. Like, even when I just tap the button... Oh boy. It still does a full boat jump, I guess. And it gets annoying on the horizontal planks. Yeah, baby. See these horizontal planks? And then you lose your speed. It's a little frustrating. So I'm open to any pro tips there, Bruno. Shadow Ops says, Marky Mark. Yeah, Wackadude says, look at Pac-Man trying to be Shadow. Thinks he can skate anywhere. Those enemy ghosts have, like, devil horns. I thought they had to censor out religious imagery. Just kidding. So that's one way of doing it. Just kind of go sideways and just do a 90-degree turn. And then I don't know if it's better to go right or left. Here I am. Look at those hell enemy demons throwing their fire snowballs at me. Nice, dude. There I go. Shadow Ops says stay on horizontal planks, don't jump too often. Showing me the Shadow the Hedgehog running start right here. Wow, I broke the 10 life threshold. Do I get a coupon for a free soda? Use a soda. At least water. Coffee is boring. Water is Kino. Just ask JJ about how Kino water can be. You know, in the right moment. I'm not gonna go for the map. The maze, I mean. This kind of reminds me of Rayman. I think there's a Rayman 2 level that's just a bunch of collapsing platforms like this. But Rayman's iteration is less cool because it doesn't have the shadow skates. Yeah, I appreciate that even if you grab the side, you still have enough time. You gotta hurry, but you do have enough time to climb up and still jump up. I noticed that was not really the case in some of the lava levels. When you have to land on... What the hell? Ooh. This is putting my best Crash Bandicam skills to the test. I love how this entire warp has been here for countless generations, and yet Pac sets one foot on it and it just up and collapses into the swamp. Yeah, some of these jumps are really long, and I feel like there's a big grace period that I should wait a little bit longer before jumping. There's like, you know, speaking of Donkey Kong Country, a DKC style grace period where even if you're a little bit off the edge, you can still jump. Don't you love the flashes of lightning? And you gotta ask yourself, is it immersive environmental lightning? Or is it an emulator glitch? Oh, I got scared by the devil. Don't deal with the devil. Wackadude's got the quick plug. Sonic Frontiers, 65% off. Sorry, I was getting hot in here. Third Bruno says that this level was even more hectic in Revision 0, where ghosts kill on contact. One-hit devil ghost kills. That is absurd. Good thing they only take off one hit point nowadays. I'm screwed up. Yeah, Sonic Frontiers might be on sale 65% off, but the question on every Mii's mind is Pac-Man World 1 repack currently on sale, and by how much percent? Because I'm getting close to the end of this game. But when I finish it, I'm gonna want some more. This is my first Pac-Man World game. But not my first Pac-Man game. First Pac-Man game of mine? Wow, that was on the Sega Genesis when I was a tiny child. And that was Miss Pac-Man, not even made by Namco, right? Go, 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 go! Yeah! I hesitated. You can't do a quick turnaround to gain speed and momentum. Yeah, Shadow Ops was laughing before when I fell into the drink with the hanging animation. Yeah, if this was a good game, then we would see like Rayman panicking and waving his arms. Oh my god, I'm about to die. I'm joking about the good game aspect because this is better than any 3D Rayman game that I've ever played. And I've only played one. You know, this game is similar to Rayman in a lot of feels, but I would easily pick this over that. Rayman's design of those games are always baffling to me. I like to make fun of Rayman games, damn it. Wackadude says, some other games are on sale. Half off for Origins. Colors Ultimate 60%. Superstars Digital Deluxe 50% off. Well, if it's the Digital Deluxe edition, then it's gonna come with the free Shadow Jammies of Darkness skin that I put Grant Kirkhope in for the Shadow the Hedgehog video. Wacko. Shadow Ops says no jump. Yeah, that was what when I died before with the hanging animation solidified. That's a way to go out. Yeah, and if Pac-Man died in that position, then his muscles would lock into place. So when people went to his wake to pay their last respects, he would be, damn it, in the coffin, locked into his hanging animation. Keo wonders if Generations is on sale. Yeah, I don't know how much we've talked about it on stream, but Sega did announce that regular Generations will be delisted as a standalone purchase, but you will still be able to get OG Generations if it's part of a bundle. And I've never heard of that as a solution, but I'm happy that that's what they went with. Yeah, I have to wonder if any other game companies have done that, or even Sega. I wonder what was in that box. Maybe a Namco token. Oh, that didn't collapse. Wow, I'm at the end. Alright, I haven't beat this level yet, so I'm now forging into unknown territory. Alright, Keo confirms that Generations is currently not on Steam. Thank you for the GGs, A1. Shadow saw me save that situation. Ah, look at Pac-Man's eyebrows. I love them. Doesn't this area just look like Pumpkin Hill? Even down to the train track. It's not a train track. Whatever. Remember? Huh. Third Bruno says repack is $9 on... Well, Wackadude had said repack is 75% off. Let's see. Steam Pac-Man World repack. 75% off. So what does that bring the price to? Oh, only the collection? Wait. It did say 75%. That's weird. Yeah, on Google... Oh, no. Oh, maybe it didn't. I could have sworn I saw 75% off. Not just in the chat. Well, I'll just add it to my wish list. But yeah, Third Bruno is saying it's $9 on PlayStation. Third Bruno's gonna scoop that up. Look at the typical ooze text. Alright, now we got traditional 3D Pac-Man gameplay. I got my Rev Roll from Sonic CD. This is a mod. You know, Sonic fans can't play games without the Super Peel Out. So they added the Super Peel Out as a Sonic mod. I'm just kidding. It's included in the game. Javid points out that Halloween season is indeed right around the corner. Oh, so Javid is saying, and probably what he's wondering internally is, yeah, maybe I should be Pac-Man for Halloween. Bring a bunch of fruits to the office to hand out to people. I guess I saw a Phantom Mirage of 75% off. Whoa! I want to kill these enemies just to teach them a lesson. Alright, lesson delivered. Javid says, LOL. Javid is built like Pat. All you need to buy is a yellow sheet, put on a massive smile, and you'll be in the newspaper for best Halloween costume in the tri-state area. But yeah, Wackadude was getting the Pumpkin Hill vibes. Has anyone gotten any more Bentley Jones news? Because I haven't. But I did send out a tweet. I didn't tag Bentley Jones, but I did send out a tweet that was like, hey, you know, if Bentley Jones is going to spill the beans on misconduct at Sega, then what is Bentley Jones waiting for? If this news drops around the time of Shadow Generations or the movie, then I'm going to recognize it for the publicity stunt that it is. Shadow Ops wonders, is that the guy who did SA music for SA2? Sorry, I can't see the entirety of your message, because there's that annoying YouTube heart that blocks it. But if I type the letter D... Okay, yeah, Bentley Jones... At a minimum, Bentley Jones did some vocals on maybe Sonic and the Secret Rings, maybe Sonic 06, but definitely, I think, one of the storybook games. Oh, when you're in hunting mode, That only works on the ghosts, not the bats. Whatever. But yeah, Bentley Jones has an album coming out. And that's why I think that the Live and Learn that was dropped was just, self-serving promotion for Bentley's upcoming album. And then I saw that the name of the upcoming album is Memoriam. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but Memoriam. Now the Memoriam, that's the part of the Oscars where they showed you in the past year everyone that died. So I'm like, why is Bentley Jones naming, a commemorative album 15 years into a music career Memoriam? All right, so my next prediction is that either at that time or after that album, here's my certified prediction. Bentley Jones will rebrand. And I was like, oh, Memoriam. So that's like, a retrospective swan song for Bentley Jones. And at that time, it's like, oh, Bentley Jones' era is done. I am reborn as Tired Scorpion, or whatever the new name is. Shadow Ops wonders if Bentley Jones did the rap for Knuckles. Nope, that would be Hunnit P, which is the cool kids communique for 100%, the entire pizza. Hunnit P. Yeah, Keo also says that Bentley Jones perhaps has a song on the first Sega All-Stars racing game. Yeah, and I think part of Bentley's negative experiences was being brought on, I think, for Team Sonic Racing, and then receiving poo treatment by the team, and then Sega didn't care to do anything about it, said just deal with it. So that's where the grievances lie. Alright, Third Bruno says the bats can only be destroyed by flip kicks. I don't know why that just puts the biggest smile. Something about bats are hilarious to me. Bats, It's like you feel bad for bats because they've always been regarded as this kind of, undesirable, yucky species. And the fact that in this game, their main interaction is, running up to one just to kick it in the face, Wow, this thing was contained inside that treasure chest? This game is full of infinite surprises. Alright, Keo says, yeah, the song is It's So Much More, and that's the podium theme. Wow, podium theme, that's an important track in the game. Hey, it made me feel like I was going to be able to reach it. What did I do wrong, Third Bruno? Shadow Ops says, if you recall correctly, Hunnit P got in trouble. Yeah, because if you're going to rap live on the air on terrestrial radio, you can't say bad words. You have to answer to the FCC. And so he got a stern talking to from his boss. No swearing on terrestrial radio. Get that crap out of here. Go to satellite radio. Third Bruno has this to say. Nah, Third Bruno is maybe mulling over how to advise me on how to proceed. Because, yeah, I opened that cherry treasure chest, and it opened the bouncing target thing, but I don't know. Admittedly, I did hold the stick back because I didn't look like I was going to make it. I suppose in the interest of comprehensive due process habeas corpus, I should jump and hold right the entire time. Oh, Third Bruno says I may need to go back and to the left, so I'm not in the right place at all. And did this guy have a cherry bomb? So that's how I open this, but I'll listen to Third Bruno, because he's played this game at least one more time than I have, so... Oh god. Memoriam. I wouldn't want to buy anything called Memoriam. I'm buying dead, deceased content. Are we doing something, or are we remembering something that we did? Third Bruno said go back and to the left. And I tried to go my most leftist. Is this where I got here? Is there only one way out of that? No, that's got to be the right way to go. Oh, okay, when I bounce. Back and to the left. Now Wackadude points out that, yeah, you don't even need any DLC or digital deluxe. If you want that excellent Shadow Pajamas, it comes with the game. That's how generous Sega is. They give you cut content for free, late. Alright, I got my cherry bomb. Ah, right here. How long would it have taken me to figure that out? Without third brooms. Alright, Wackadude is taking off. See you later. Look at that high quality fire. I love the harpsichord. I finished season 2 of Industry today, so I started the Kit Harington Jon Snow season. I know, who cares, but I was watching the season finale. I didn't even know it was the season Didn't know it was the season finale, and it ended with a huge shocker, and I'm like, wow, that's a big deal. How are they going to deal with... And then it's like, oh, season 3, episode 1 is next? What the hell? I'm glad that I didn't watch season 2 when it came out, because I would have been pissed by that cliffhanger, but now I get to keep watching. Shadow Ops reports that Hunted P, the rapper behind hits such as Pumpkin Hill, was arrested for a felony weapons charge in 2014. Alright, well, if it was 10 years ago, I think they will erase felonies and, let you go back to the White House. I'm just joking, live on the air, guys. Say no to guns. Used illegally. You can't be carrying around felony weapons, even if you rapped on a Sonic game. There's no excuse. I just want the token. Third Bruno, what did fans and critics think of Pac-Man World 3? Not in terms of sales, but... How do I keep missing it? In terms of, gameplay enjoyment and critical response. Yeah, this is... Good cricket sound effects. Feels like I'm right there in the Pine Barrens. Wackadude's gotta go, and also is back. Barely missed a beat. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to beat this level, but either way, we'll get going with Shadow soon. Because yeah, it is just about 6. If we go a little bit over, I'm okay with that. This is not easy. No, sorry, this is not hard. Is it gonna get harder now? Oh boy. Oh, you slide off of those things if you stand still. Damn it. Third Bruno says, some people don't like how different the mood is, the music, or the combat. Do they add combat mechanics beyond, what is it, the rev roll and the midair kick? Alright, cool. Third Bruno thinks that I might like it. And you're saying the music is definitely great, even though some people don't fancy it. Is it the same composer as the first two? Checkpoint reached. time taken. Meaning to admonish John Burton for using the past tense. You know, in the results screen at the end of the level. Time taken. You mean time? Unnecessary word taken. And then you can hear John Burton saying, "Oh no, but I needed the player to know how much time they had taken to get..." Oh, okay. Third Bruno says, in fact, that each game has different composers. I see. Is it because doing the score for Pac-Man World 1 made that first composer such a popular, sought-after composer that they couldn't afford what he wanted to charge for Pac 2? Am I going backwards or goodwards? This is a cool little nook. Will I get burned by the burn? Third Bruno says, the platforming is less intense compared to this game. Okay. Wackadude says that you prefer the Sonic Origins Super theme. That'll be $5. I'm just kidding, man. No, I can't even remember how it goes. I just remember that it sounds Sonic 4-ish. Alright, where does the adventure want me to go? Onto that thing? And those tikis burn me? Okay, Third Bruno says I ought to rev roll. What the hell is the point of that? Little trampoline. I love the way watch, I'm gonna jump up again. The way Pac-Man closes his eyes while kind of bouncing up. Like he's just so, like full of just energy and putting all his muscle energy. So I gotta do a rev roll down there? Come on, a rev roll could not get me there. Or could it? Oh, okay, Third Bruno says, rev roll off the wall and into the cliff? It's gotta be... Alright. Third Bruno says, you know, the cliff that I see ahead. Oh, I took fall damage. Jeez. Can't be here. Trying to figure this out. Third Bruno had said, rev roll off the wall. So I rev roll maybe into this wall and kind of bounce off it. Like aim. Interesting, the camera is not... Is he gonna get hurt if I rev too long? Let me ask this. Alright, Third Bruno says ahead, but... forward? Alright, so I'll go forward. There shouldn't have fall damage in this game. Alright, third Bruno says stand on the higher part. Oh, that little wall that was there. Yeah, maybe this will get me. I should have just done this all along, huh? Wow. I totally doubted that would reach. But I shouldn't have. It was there ready to do all along. Yeah, Eblo says this part gave you a lot of trouble too. I can imagine. But yeah. Ooh, this looks like a boss area. What's the point? Third Bruno says, Liam Triforce mentioned that specific part in his video. Yeah, I can't remember what he said about it, but was it a critique? I gotta deal with these bats. You know, I hate that. It's, you hit their legs, you get hurt. Stupid. Poisonous legs. Third Bruno says they were in fact going to make a grid of electric beams, but that idea was scrapped. Was that in a cut content documentary on Did You Know Gaming? Dude, they've been posting new Did You Know Gamings about Metal Gear Solid with David Hayter, with never before, translated, development documents. Pretty fascinating stuff. They posted one for Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I don't know if there's more on the way, but I hope there is. Because I love Metal Gear Solid almost as much as Cyber Shell. Third Bruno said that Liam said that sequence is a challenge that promotes the player, or requires the player to take advantage of the physics system. Alright, I beat the level. Congratulations, me. My reward is some Shadow the Hedgehog. Interesting. Third Bruno says there's a YouTuber who's been restoring cut content. So, did that YouTuber add in the grid of electric beams? Ghost Bayou, not Bayou, dumb Alex, pronouncing it that way in the Donkey Kong video. Listen, you're not dumb if you ever pronounce something, but I'm allowed to call myself dumb for saying Bayou Boogie. Isn't this a great song? But thank you for the well done props, Third Bruno. I'm gonna send that momentum into Shadow the Hedgehog. Who's that skating at the speed of sound? Shadow the Hedgehog. He's black and red and he's really pissed. Shadow the Hedgehog. Get ready for the gun sound effect. Yes. 3, 2, guns. Yes. When you're here, your firearms. The goat indeed, confirms Wackadude47_ and Knuckles. This is what that pal does in Rystar. Let's take bets. How many guns will appear in the in the Sonic Movie 3 trailer? Shadow Ops misses those Tom Clancy games. You also miss Unreal Tournament. Alright, so let's see where I left off here. I might just start a new file because I really wanted to play the Amy level. I really like the Amy level. Now that I know how to find not just the Omochow, but also Cream. Cream is in this game. So I'm going to start a new file. I don't do this often. I don't often interrupt a run, because technically that's lost gameplay, but that is how badly I want to play the Amy level today. So I don't know if you've ever seen me do the Dark mission for Westopolis. Wackadude is in the Endless Mine place. And what place is that? Are you playing Sonic 3 right now? Alright, so just to make it spicy, I'll set up a wager. Pause it though. I know we don't have a lot of people here, but if you each bet 2,000, we could have a big pot. I'm just kidding about 2,000. Only bet 1,500. I'm just kidding. Just a 40 points bet. Alright, 2 minutes have begun. I'm going for an A rank. Ah, yes. Wackadude is playing some Origin. Alright, so now I have to attack the humans. It might be a little disturbing for you to witness, but I really need to change the stream category because Shadow the Hedgehog has followers. Shadow. Why, thank you, my sweet potato. Alright. Oh, more bats. Dude, bats are a staple of video games. Yeah, the strafe is a game changer. Hold R to instantly start strafing. And I get comments on the Shadow video saying, I put hundreds of hours into this game, gameplay-wise, and I never knew about the strafe. This is not a drill. That's what Subsonic said, but then he didn't release his video. I'm like, alright. You put the finishing touches on the video. You're saying this is not a drill. I'm really excited for the video. How many days later has it been? No video. Still no video. Shadow Ops has this question. Rodney Dangerfield? What, did one of these cops that I'm attacking look like old Rodney? What? What? Don't forget the humans. Ah, look, a payphone. This is the last payphone in Westopolis, and it says on it, it's a public pay telephone. That's incredible. This really is an ancient game. They didn't have cell phones in 05. It was a different era. Dude, it was such a different era that when I started college, I did not have a cell phone at age 18. So there were these couple of girls that I knew, and they wanted to, you know, say hi and hang out or just see what I was up to. So they couldn't call me. So they went to my dorm and I wasn't there. So then they just waited outside my dorm. So when I got back to my room, I had these two great people just standing out, not knowing how long or even if I might even return. But there I was. I was that in demand. I was able to overcome the limitations of no cell phone. Hey, how you doing, Polar Wildcat Studios? Uh-oh, I'm attacking these black aliens. I don't think I missed any soldiers. No human soldiers. No. Icantu still remembers Icantu's father's old brick of a mobile phone from the late 90s. Wow, ahead of the curve. Late 90s phone. Now how about this? Did you guys ever manipulate, not manipulate, but exploit? There was an exploit with collect calls. And it's even been kind of spoofed in TV commercials. But the way to exploit collect calls is that when you place a collect call, it asks you for your name. So that the person you're calling picks up the phone and they hear, "You have a collect call from Alex. Would you like to accept?" So you know who's calling. So the person who's calling is able to record that quick message. So because you're able to get that message sent for free, right? You wouldn't pay anything if they decline the call. So what I would do is I would place a collect call to my house. Right, if I was at the baseball field and I was ready to go home, the way that I would call for a ride was to place a collect call. And when they say my name, instead of saying my name, I say something else. So my dad picks up the phone and it says, "Hello, you have a collect call from Come Pick Me Up." So my dad could hear that, and he just hangs up the phone, doesn't have to pay anything. Come on, admit it. You've done that life hack. Haven't you? Didn't have to pay a cent using the, the payphone station at the baseball field. It was nuts. And I know you're thinking, wait, Alex Yard, you have baseball in your back resume? No, I actually never played on a baseball team. We played a lot of informal baseball in my neighborhood all the time, but I was never on an actual team. Yes, okay, good. I was hoping that someone would pick up on that. So Javid has seen the commercial where, there's a commercial where someone does exactly what I just explained about calling home to get a ride, okay? But these people in the commercial use that life hack to deliver news that was arguably a bit more important. All right, so the guy places a collect call, and when they ask for the name, he says, "Please say your name at the tone." Beep. He goes, "Bob, we add a baby eats a boy." So his name is Bob, we add a baby eats a boy. And then you see the people on the other line pick up the phone and says, "You have a collect call from Bob, we add a baby eats a boy. Do you like to accept?" And he says no, and he hangs it up. And then his wife said, "Who was that?" He said, "Bob. He had a baby. It's a boy." And then the commercial's done. I forget what that commercial was even for. It was like, oh, if you really want to save money, come buy our toothbrushes. Well, it could have been anything, but I think it was just... okay, Polar Wildcat says Geico. I shouldn't be surprised. Geico has Kino ads. But did I miss any humans? You see that black creature tried to punch me right in the face. Number 32?
Hold your position.
For another human? I think there's only one more. Sorry, two more. Down yonder. Yeah, Icantu doesn't know if it's more of an American thing, but Icantu has never placed or received a collect call in your entire life. Yeah, I wonder how widespread that is. And I used to see the commercials on TV all the time, like major. Right? If any Americans are here that are about my age or older, you may remember the onslaught of commercials. 1-800-CALLATT. Call ATT. Yeah, Javid was there. Collect calls were big in the 90s. They
Anybody
sure
who
were.
gets in my way is my enemy.
All right, is it an A rank? No, it's a D. So congrats, I Cantu, picking up a slice of 200 points. So now I'm going to go for an A rank in... This an internet level I'm going to? Hey, look, it's the surveillance screen where they saw me attending the Boston show. Alright, going for an A rank.
The black aliens have hit
On
6
level
major
2,
cities around the
2
world,
minutes have begun.
and every city is reporting significant damage.
I Cantu has also seen payphone cards before for some Californian company. It's not a thing here either. Payphone cards. Yeah, like we probably still even have those prepaid phone cards. Maybe not cards. It's probably all prepaid disposable phones nowadays. But yeah, it was a card that you bought and you would physically have, and it just had a number on it. You call that number and you get to, it's a certain amount of minutes on your account.
What is this sensation? I feel
All right, so I want to do the dark mission.
Help.
So that just means not going to the first exit,
I
but
see.
the second
I
exit.
can control which way this leads.
I wouldn't even say this music is really bad at all. It's just kind of a little bit simple and repetitive. It doesn't have a lot of nuance. But for such a fire soundtrack all around, I really don't blame anyone all that much. Javid says long-distance calls used to cost money before cell phones, so a lot of people bought a prepaid card to limit the expense. That makes sense, and certainly for international calls. Here's my girl. Incredible voice actress in this game. I don't know if it was the same actress.
How about we both look for it together?
Oh my god, I could listen to that voice all the rest of my life. I missed the spotlight. Wackadude's vibing with this cyberspace vibe. Look at all these cyber portals. Dude, this game is so ambitious and everything works. The fact that this one level, I think it's only in this level, has those spotlights.
Look, that beam of light will let us get down safely.
And it's just, you have to basically enter the airspace of the light beam.
This is a light speed circuit. Touch it, and your body is triggered. That red block is a firework designed to ward off intruders. Watch out.
I just had to stop to listen to that incredible voice, man. It's
Another firework.
it comforts me. I feel seen. I feel charmed. And it's more bat content, except this bat is a lot friendlier. This game has a good representation of bats,
That floating red
because representation is important.
gun is central.
And most games have hostile enemy bats. Not all bats. Hashtag not all bats.
Stop attacking our ally.
And then this melody is good. Down to the minor 7. It's a great melody. It's just they don't do much. Where are you going to go with it? It doesn't really... There's no later payoff or development or subversion of expectations,
Burrowed underground.
delivery of expectations.
Just don't want us to get in, do they? I
Um,
have
Now,
that.
okay, Keo Fairley points out, are we sure that Rouge is a good representative? She's a double agent. Is she in this game? I think in this game she's just one of the crew. I mean, right now I'm doing the hero mission,
Take it down there.
and so, you know, regardless of... Yeah, I knew that she was an agent for China in Sonic Adventure 2. I say China as in, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't want to tell you what game that's from because it would be a spoiler. But, yeah, sometimes, in the end, what you're dealing with is a spy for China. They have a spy depot. Shadow Ops confirms that phone cards are still a thing. How else are you gonna call Guantanamo Bay? Also, have any of you played California games on Genesis? Because it's got at least one banger of a track that I'm definitely gonna play in next week's Genesis Video Game Music Odyssey, the hotly anticipated second installment. And if you've been checking in on that playlist, I've been adding more and more to it. Yes. Success.
Another searchlight. Gun's not gonna like it. But if we smash that guard man, the light should swing over.
Yeah, but I would say it's good bat representation. I mean, in Sonic Prime, as poop as Sonic Prime is in the end, Rouge is just one of the gang. Am I going backwards? Is that a thing in this game? Doo-doo-doo. This game is peak. It's no wonder a lot of Sonic games after this were bad. Because Izuku's like, alright, if I'm gonna make good games and no one's gonna appreciate them, I'll just make pander games. I don't know what I'm saying.
Shadow. I think we should use that.
Oh, look at all these spotlights, man. This game is so ambitious.
You can use them just like you did before.
Attack this guy.
Hey, they're on our side.
Did any of you read Angry Video Game Nerd's book, the Cinemassacre book by James Rolfe? Because I've heard that it's mostly just a chronicle of like all the movies he made, even back in the old days, and then an extensive chronicle of the college roommates that he lived with that, you know, just did a bunch of really reckless, irresponsible, destructive behavior, and then, you know, got kicked out of the college or kicked out of the dorm. And then finally a chronicle of his disastrous movie. Javid's heading out. Have yourself a good night, Javid. Yeah, now Icantu says, unfortunately you lost interest in AVGN a while ago. I mean, for me, yeah, I cannot stomach AVGN videos nowadays. I still appreciate the videos that I watched back in the day. I don't know that I could continue rewatching them now
Use this searchlight to go up.
and really quite enjoy them in the same manner. But, yeah. At this point, yeah, it's like I don't actually really watch any of his new videos, but any lore surrounding James or Cinemassacre, right?
It's linked to
Like that whole debacle in the past couple years when he brought in the Screenwave guys and it just became really aggressively monetized and churned out. Yeah, and Icantu says, yes, Icantu lost interest, you know, once his videos became a product rather than a passion project. Yeah. It just became a commodity. James, you know, had done enough. He's like, all right, let me farm it out. Screw quality control. But yeah, there's that YouTube channel, Red Cow Arcade. They just make videos on every last topic they want to talk about, but one thing that they're known for is,
Stop that.
commentary about any angry video game nerd situations. They rose to prominence, and they're not like a big channel or anything, but there's definitely a segment of viewers that includes myself that appreciate their updates, analysis on all things AVGN. Like they had a video recently that was kind of responding to Folding Ideas long video deep dive about AVGN. I love that part. Shadow's quills are so graceful. I think we're gonna get to the Amy level pretty soon. Cryptic Castle. Now, the music in Cryptic Castle is so awesome, despite the fact that it's kind of on the simple side. But I don't know, man, it just works in a way that this just kind of feels generic, but Cryptic Castle, man. That beat, that keyboard that comes in, man, it's so majestic. It's cryptic, it's mysterious, and I have enough ammo to destroy this thing.
Stop attacking our ally.
Hey, you pipe down, bat. I needed the ammo. Yeah, it kind of nerfs this. I assume this is not like this on hard mode. I need bullets enough to destroy this thing. Won't let me rotate the camera. There we go. Yeah, you need enough bullets, but they just give you bullets right underneath. Am I hitting it?
Well done, Shadow.
Yeah, I can't do says. You can just tell when
Whatever
someone
happens to the humans
is reading
is no
criticism of
concern
the
of
game
mine.
off of the script rather than recounting their own lived experience. Yeah, you can tell that someone else is just churning out stupid bits, non sequiturs. Like, yeah, this part of this game is so bad, it reminds me of this other randoms, and then it's a cutaway. It's just kind of scatterbrained, Family Guy style. And I'm not even like an overall detractor of Family Guy, but that aspect of cutting anywhere and everywhere, cutting away, it can promote some lazy, scatterbrained content. Let's pay out the wager. I don't know if I got an A rank, but it doesn't matter because there were not bets on both sides. So I'm just gonna return the points. I think I gotta face a boss now, probably.
Where am I? Isn't that Dr. Eggman? Maybe he can tell me about...
He might have the deets. He has the deets. Details, as we say in America. Alright, get ready for this great, simple, but still awesome and good
The
music.
doctor must have gone this way.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, Shadow, I'm so glad you're here. Queen went into this weird-looking castle and she had to come back home.
Amy.
Will you
All
go
I
there with me?
need is Amy Rose. And trying to find Cream was just very fun. Now that I know where Cream and Omochao is, you can never experience it again in that exploratory mode, but that's how it works. Just like Sonic CD. Your first times playing Sonic CD, it's a high emphasis on exploration. But once you know where to go and you know the generator locations, thank you, Amy, then the game becomes linear, much like this. Much of this game is now linear to me, but it's really so amazing that it starts out as, an exploratory navigation puzzle.
Hey, Shadow! The black creatures have infiltrated my castle. I'd like you to go and light those giant lanterns. They're part of my special defenses.
Alright, I do need to light some of these torches.
The first one, now. You just have to find and light the other 4. Use that,
Use that.
stupid ghost.
Damn it.
Thinking that they can just haunt my cryptic castle.
Hey, that's the name of the level.
Don't go smashing
In the
up
Ron
my
Howard
robot.
voice. Oh, I love this. The big pumpkin,
You know how these balloons work,
the
right?
sweeping overview.
Please, got to find cream.
Gotta find cream. How else am I gonna rescue this coffee?
Try going down.
Why is Eggy talking to me? I only want aim.
Hey, hold up! I think I can hear Cream's voice.
Yeah? Oh yeah, it's this room. Ah, you can see her even before it breaks. Because you can like see through. Oh, it's a him. I didn't know that. Gender reveal. Do the Chow in Sonic Adventure 2's Chow Garden, do they have the delineation of male and female? Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, what was that? Oh, maybe an enemy pumpkin. Fly on this puppy. Look at that moon in the background, so stunning. Quite the vista.
Hold down the A button to fly a little faster.
Yeah, I remember doing these flying sections back in 2005. Actually, it was like 2015, sorry. But it was when I first bought this game. And I was like, okay, these flying sections, it was just a moment where I was like, alright, maybe this game has too many gimmicks and just bells and whistles. But I guess I've changed my tune on the flying parts because you can hold that button to go faster the whole time, so it's never really sluggish at all. And that's also the case for the rail sections in Lost Impact, you know? Doo-doo. Doo-doo.
Yeah, keep going.
Doo-doo.
Hey, look, it's a balloon.
Try going up.
I don't think the Omochao room is downstairs, and yet
Here's another stone lantern.
I think that would take me to the same place. Stay here then. I just attacked the torch. I don't remember getting any keys, but maybe it factors in all the keys you've ever gotten. Grinding up.
There's another stone lantern.
Alright.
Maybe you should try breaking that. Oh man, it's a dead end.
Is there a Sonic News drought
Oh, the walls are closing in.
because of the lack of a movie trailer? And no new details about Shadow Generations? By the way, what is Rick and Morty the anime? Did they just give the license to a Japanese company? Make your own version. It'll take some of the heat off the Justin Roiland bit. I wonder if I use that move, could I pass through the walls? Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Yeah, but this isn't a combatant field. So graceful. Yeah, I can't who saw that Rick and Morty anime and wondered what it was all about for a brief moment.
I have no idea which one of these is
Yeah, I watched it for like... I had it on for a few minutes just to peek. And it definitely looked kind of interesting and novel.
I think it was cheese.
I don't know what my point is. Like, simultaneously, I'm like, is this really necessary? Is this overkill? But yeah, I guess it's just a little bit strange. Love that sound effect. I can't do wonders if the show is even around after the controversy. Yeah, it is still around.
If you
They
want to
recast
stay
the
clear of trouble,
voices.
then stay away from that.
Ah, look at Amy's smile. They recasted the voices. You could probably get used to it, but I don't wanna. And hello, Judah Allen. My day's going good, because I just found cream and cheese. And also, have I made that Rye Star music theory yet? No, but my new video is... so I rendered a cut of the video
Chaos Emerald.
right before the stream. And
What are you
yeah,
doing here,
it's
Shadow?
possible that that will be the final version. And if that is the final version, I'll probably publish it Monday, is what I'm
Enough of
thinking.
this nonsense. The Chaos Emeralds belong to me. All of them. No one gets in my way. Those who do will be destroyed.
No, those emeralds belong to Rouge, a bat.
Now, let me show you the power of my latest, greatest creation.
Why can't you just leave us alone already? Shadow, bring him down.
Get me a weapon.
Take
There's one.
this.
Eggman is the cockpit off the robot's head.
Lights up. Lights up. Lights up. Lights up.
Rings back.
How dare you?
Oh, I will dare.
Lights up. Lights up. Take this.
Oh, touche. That was a well-aimed projectile.
Look at those. Come out from underneath that net, too.
Lights up.
I got greedy.
Lights up.
You can shoot from the ground and don't even need to jump. I haven't seen the last of Eggy. Because Jim Carrey is coming back in the last movie. I assume it'll be the last Paramount
Sorry,
movie.
Doctor, but that
Especially
Chaos
now
Emerald
that
is mine.
the Paramount studio responsible for Sonic content, well, maybe only for the
Perfect.
Knuckles series. That sub studio is closing. All right. Now, Icantu says, have I prepared my PR strategy for when the video releases, or am I not expecting the comments to be vitriolic this time?
No city.
I'm fully expecting there to be backlash, certainly.
Send in the Eggman
I would like to think that the video does a good job of justifying my critiques and satire, that they will all serve the goal of incentivizing just better
no one expected
practices
this baby could
by Toby or by, you know, his overall business presence as Royal Sciences LLC. The way that they make games, the way that they credit people, the way that they interact with their fan base, and the way that they are a steward of fan content. they're doing a very bad job. Toby and his business partners. And, you know, that, I don't want to give too much away, but I will vaguely, I shouldn't say vaguely, I will briefly touch upon some other stuff that's been going on within the Undertale fan. You know, I'm not a huge Undertale guy, so I've never been really in the trenches with any of that stuff. But Undertale content creators have had to deal with unnecessarily baffling headaches about, you know, being able to use
Blue sky.
Undertale music in their content.
Have I seen it?
They're given conflicting information, and then when they, you know, reach out to ask folks, I'll say, about this conflicting information, they are met with, like, you know, I always try to be careful with the word abuse or abusive. So I don't know if I would exactly use that word, but just like, it's the kind of treatment that the representatives, just say business partners that are involved in managing, you know, the music and the soundtrack. The type of person where you read what they say and you're like, wow, well, at least me. I read this and I'm like, wow, this guy is a massive jerk and he's very toxic. I can at least say that he's very toxic. Like, when I see the way that he's treated Undertale fans that have asked very simple and legitimate questions, part of my video is that I want those people to feel seen. You know, and they've made videos about it, explicitly saying, like, you know, this problem only gets worse. You know, people should be talking about this. So look, my video is not exactly on the same topic as theirs, but I do think there's a kinship in the fact that, like, both me and those people are, you know, enjoying the game and its music, you know, even to the point of making content about it, right? And in that passionate, very loving engagement with the game, it's like, you know, metaphor I occasionally touch upon. You're running and running and running, and you're putting your passion into running fast, but then you slam into a brick wall. I would say that the existence of those brick walls are the direct result of Toby's negligence. You know, and it's like, on one hand, I try not to be entitled when I talk about what Toby should or should not do. Because if Toby never meant for the game to be a big success, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fall off this cliff. You know, if Toby never wanted to be a big sensation or a success, there's part of me that can understand that. But it's also, you know, the fact is, you made a thing in the public, and, you know, it's not up to you how mainstream it gets. And it's like, now that we're here, it's like, you have a lot of power that you could be using, but you're just sort of this absentee guy who can't even show your face or voice anymore, and barely ever talks to the public, and only does so. You know, you look at all of his public appearances, and, you know, a lot of them you can, okay, I know why Toby did this particular interview. It's because it benefits him for reason X or reason Y. Like, so yeah, I think Toby, yeah, I don't think there should be any mystery or confusion about, you know, who composed the songs and who has the rights to the composition. Yeah, I Can't Who says, you figure additional context from the video will help people better understand the point. Yeah, and I won't sugarcoat it. In this video, I roast Toby Fox, no question about it. But, you know, I do explicitly say in the video that, you know, If I'm satirizing Toby, it's so that, it's really just speaking up about what I'm witnessing, because it's so the vagueness and the lack of transparency has led to problems. Totally unnecessary problems. Did I miss any Eggman vehicles? So yeah, although the new video is in some ways a deep dive, I also think it's going to be a pretty, engaging... I honestly don't feel like it's a tedious video. And a lot of what I talk about in this video applies to a lot more than Undertale, It applies to just composition, principles overall.
That pillar is extremely weak. Be careful.
On a basic level, all my video is the story of wanting to know, right? Thinking in my head, like, actually, if I'm going to ask the question, who composed Undertale's soundtrack, right? If a person wants to ask that question, and then they go looking for an answer, who composed Undertale, right? They're going to look at the game's credits and the game's instruction manual, if there is one, and finally, the soundtrack itself, the liner notes, right? So on a basic symbolic level, this video is just the story of me wanting to know who composed the music, reading those official credit sources, and then reporting my findings. That's all that's happened, right? I'm just saying, here's what I see in the credits, and here's how I make sense. Here, this is me putting the pieces together. But yeah, there's a ton of Sonic in the video. I'll tell you that right now. And I'll tell you, I didn't do that just as a pander to my channel. Like, oh, if I gotta talk about Undertale, let me just throw in a bunch of Sonic stuff intermittently. No, it was not. No. It was because it just so happens that Sonic provided, very relevant case study examples for a lot of the... And granted, it's because I have so much more familiarity with Sonic, so naturally I'm going to know more of the catalog, and I'm... Go down. Where's the ship? But yeah, I would say this video is funny throughout. Now, there's lots of funny moments, but on top of that, I can also, if you ask me personally, if you ask me how much of the video is funny, I would say all of it. I would say on one level, every paragraph in the video is funny, and it's hard to explain, except to relay the micro anecdote that I've probably said on the air before. It's a Roger Ebert quote saying that for Roger Ebert's money, humor and comedy is not the result of people saying funny things. It's the result of people, dealing with funny situations. And in my opinion, this entire situation is funny. And I could also... I've always kind of actually felt that about the Sonic 3 video. The 25%. I think that entire video is funny. Especially the controversial disclaimers in the first 5 minutes. I've always found that funny. I never set out to be a troll, but the idea that a newcomer would click on my video, get really engaged by the first 5 minutes, and then for me to drop that bomb or two, and just to see them work through their reaction. Again, I'm not trolling, but I am enjoying the sport of being extremely blunt,
Numerous power sources within
and just saying like, I'm not here to be your mentor. I'm just reporting things. You have to deal with whatever's next. I'm not here to customize your feelings and make sure that everyone feels like they're an equal part of the Kumbaya circle. Behold, the ultimate hedgehog, the ultimate dancer.
The weather gets a bit turbulent on the inside of the cloud. I think you can fly on that bird-like creature to get past.
Bird-like creature?
Try roughing it up a bit, and then
I guess it's not a canonical bird. It's a bird-like black creature.
stick up to make this thing die.
To make this thing die.
Make it fly up.
This game's perfect.
Check the lower right-hand corner of the screen to see the creature's remaining health. Make sure you steer clear of walls and obstacles.
So yeah, the evidence for what I'm talking about in this video is so overwhelming that, yeah, it's a very precarious situation to process, to have so many people acting aggressive toward me, doubting my motives.
Even the black creatures can't stand up to my fortified defeat.
Wow, all of these
I'm detecting an energy
these
source
composition
above.
tidbits
Find a foothold to get up.
are way more drastic than any other composer that I've seen. But you're going to still stomp on the ground and say it's a coincidence? At what point, how much similarity would there need to be for you to consider it a coincidence? If this isn't a clear-cut one, then what is? I guess just that
Doctor, I have no further use for you.
that Dragon Ball Z Kai incident that's like clear-cut plagiarism. Alright, Icantu was already convinced based on what you heard. You're interested to see what else. Yeah, and I won't give it away, but there are two things, right? Two more. After I did that live stream, I found two more things. Now, granted, one of them is just a micro detail, but it's very relevant because it shows you that the similarities are not just macro big
Sir,
picture
your
thing,
transport
it's
is ready.
also
We must
small,
go now.
tiny decisions.
Sir, please.
Very specific decisions
Once again.
that were replicated. So to
failed
find
my duty
one
to
new,
protect our
right, everything I said in that
Sir,
video, on
it's
top
not
of that,
over. We can continue to fight.
one more totally separate
aliens
big
may
similarity
render us
and
unable.
one more micro
We
D.
will
Yeah,
rally,
it-
sir.
I already had
Must keep
enough
your
in that
nation
live
strong
stream,
and together.
so to find more,
Yes.
it's
Keep
like,
the
all right, I
nation
definitely
united.
should make this video.
No matter what happens.
Well, being
we'll
that it's
never
7 p.m.,
surrender to
I
these
think it's time for
creatures.
Icantu's request.
This much I learned from them.
Do
Sir, please hurry.
do. JJ's back in the house. How you doing, my man? How's Jay? How are you?
The black creatures will feel their own bloody hell.
I don't remember that sentence. What does that even mean? They will feel their own bloody hell. Maybe that was a poop translation.
Shadow, follow them. Make sure they
Like when you say bloody hell, you never mean that literally. You're just as an expletive. Bloody hell. So to say in a more tangible way, they're going to feel their own bloody hell. I like it. It's different.
Shadow, we're in big trouble. The black creatures are after the president's estate pod.
Nice.
You've got to
JJ's
stop them
doing
and
good,
save the president.
and the anime you've been watching is interesting. Now, is it Rick and Morty, the anime? Because technically,
This
that's
place
an
won't hold
anime.
for long.
Ooh, I see Icantu's request, and I've heard of this franchise. I would even say that something from this series has maybe been requested before. I won't say who it was.
What should we do?
But yes, thank you, Shadow, for the memories. I guess the streaming audience has had their fill of Shadow, and that's totally understandable. You know, there's part of me that wants to believe that if I just find the right game, I can stream it a lot without having to do much prep work or gameplay beforehand, eat up my schedule, but I'll find a way to make these streams work. Alright, JJ says that the anime is called Solo Leveling, and you've watched 3 out of 6 episodes. Yeah, now Shadow Ops knew about Supersonic and Hypersonic before Dragon Ball Z was big in the US. So famously, yeah, Supersonic has its Dragon Ball thing where it goes... Sonic turns yellow and strong at the end. That's a Dragon Ball Z trope. Yellow strong. Polar Wildcat says, Doom's Eye just reminded you those creatures called gardeners from the analog horror series Gemini Home Entertainment. I can't say I've heard of that. All right. Get a load of this.
The future of your
after a
business
Wix
is
ad.
With Wix, you get advanced AI
with too much EQ. Shows enough audio. Now this instrument that's like wow, wow, wow. There are some Shadow the Hedgehog levels that have this too. Alright, Vector identified the Ratchet and Clank aspect. So you're onto something. Keo likes it already, and so do I. Yeah, this is chill. I like it. Oh, I like how the drum beat's gradually growing. Shadow Ops says it just means you thought it was cool to have a reward. I have to collect on all 7 Chaos Emeralds and then Super Emeralds. Now, Ratchet and Clank is the series. Vector Sater says you forget if this song is either Going Commando or Up Your Arsenal. But Vector Sater figures it was the former, as they had a lot of these segments. Well, I'm sure that iCantu will be thrilled to announce that it is indeed Going Commando. Nice job, Vector Sater. So let's pull up the gameplay. Does this have an HD whatever? All platinum bolts. Alright, Vector adds that this music plays when you wander around a local moon or asteroid. Nice. Ah, look at them. Source Spy 91. Haha, he admitted how old he is. Who admits that on the air? Me, 1987 for life, baby. Literally, I can't change my birth year. Vector Sater says you use jump panels to reach higher areas. Go to the gameplay pause. I'll skip ahead to some true play, not intro cutscenes. Skip ahead a little. Whoa, Star Fox gameplay? So this is like a Haven, Call of the King, everything game? I can't do figures it was also reused for the Insomniac Museum. Vector figures that's the case. However, let it be known that Vector has never actually entered the Insomniac Museum legit on real hardware. Now, what is this Insomniac Museum? Is it like like, do you unlock concept art or something from previous Insomniac games? Mini Nuke. Wow. Now I gotta figure out what this... It's probably just a guitar pedal effect, similar to a wow effect. I bet Jun Sonoe knows easily how to make these noises. Wow, Vector says, in Going Commando, there's an otherwise inert teleporter that is only active at a specific time of day. Now, is that time of day real time in the real world? Or this game's in-game clock that may or may not run at a 1-to-1 speed ratio? We all know how long a day is in Majora's Mask. These scary mans. Why does this remind me of Wreck-It Ralph 2? Alright, Icantu says, I would probably like the Insomniac Museum. It's a secret unlockable, alright, filled with cut content and dev commentary. And yeah, Vector adds unused assets, developer commentary and such. Very cool. And you unlock the museum from getting all the skill points. So you had to collect it all. What are those little bolts? What are they called? Washers? Is that health or Drebin points? Wow, that's awesome. JJ gave a gifted sub to the one and only Icantu. It's a good day for Icantu. Song request, sub. I want to thank you so much, JJ. Wow, and one to Polar Wildcat Studios, hitting the 35 gifted sub milestone. What a nice guy you are, JJ. Thank you so much. Winter day indeed, confirms Keo. Very nice of you, JJ. I do appreciate it. And so do Polar Wildcat and Icanter. Very cool. Look how happy Clank Ratchet looks about these gifted subs. Alright, since you gave those gifted subs, I'll let you win on one of the races tonight. You can pick the track. Maybe Music Plant. I'm just kidding, dude. JJ beats me plenty these days. He can drift. Keo can drift. JJ can drift. One of these days, Icantu and Vector Sater are gonna be bumping up against us, drifting. No, but thank you so much, JJ. Couldn't do it without you. With everyone. But that includes JJ. This is giving me Sonic Adventure 2 vibes. JJ says, lucky for y'all, I'm rather sleepy tonight. Oh, Keo, that's a relief. Since JJ's not gonna race tonight, we can actually win some races. Phew! Dude, I'm just kidding, man. Keo says, Alex Yard Heroes. Alex Yard Heroes, gifted sub streaks, yeah. Hector says in this footage, Ratchet is on a planet that has the context for the song. Yeah, Keo says I had said we, but I mean you. Oh, I get it now. I had a delayed delay. And yeah, Keo wonders if Eevee Boy's been around. I don't think he popped in today. But I think he was there for a little bit of racing last week, I think, right? Do that. Mactar Resort. Let's jump ahead. I don't need these UIs. Wow, it's just Grand Metropolis from Sonic Forces. Sweet. It's even got the Sonic Heroes just boxes lying around. Because yes, Sonic Heroes copyrighted boxes lying around. Game design. They got the patent. It's official. Shadow Ops is led to conclude that Jak and Daxter were not as important or as popular as Clank, Ratchet. Yeah, and they couldn't even stay the course. It was Jak and Daxter, and then it was just Jak. Oh, I'm gonna get the new Jak game. Like, what series? Jak? What happened to Daxter? Did the fans reject him? In focus groups? Excuse me. Now, Shadow Ops had also said that Ratchet looks like Arrow the Acrobat. Now, if that's the one I'm thinking of, I came across Arrow the Acrobat on Genesis when as I'm going through the Genesis soundtrack compendium. So I didn't know about Arrow the Acrobat. But it's a Genesis staple. Interesting. Vector says that Daxter is still in those games. They just dropped him from the title. That's funny. Were there any memes making light of that? Of the demotion from the title? At that point, it's almost worse. If they were going to pull me out of the title, they should just pull me from the game. I don't want to be still in the game, demoted. Icantu says, GTA 3 really shifted the direction of games during the 2000s. So GTA influenced this? Because it has explosions? I'm just being silly. Do that. If I was a kid, I would look at those green visor glasses or whatever he's wearing. I'd be like, Mom, can I get that for Christmas? It would be cool. I would look official and important. Yeah, we're back to Sonic Forces. Yeah, these look like solar panels. Interesting. Icantu says you're not sure about this series, but specifically, Jak and Daxter has been stated as being influenced by GTA 3. Quite the lineage. JJ says Miyamoto was asked if he'd ever played Ratchet and Clank when he was being interviewed for Mario Galaxy, and he responded, Ratchet and Clank? What's that? A PC game? Ooh. I bet there was a meme or two about that. Miyamoto has never heard of a Ratchet or a Clank. Icantu chronicles that Ratchet and Clank did tilt more towards the gunplay over time, to the detriment of the platforming. A brief moment of silence for deteriorating platforming enjoyment. Yeah, I think Shadow the Hedgehog drew that perfect balance. Shadow the Hedgehog takes heroes, adds guns, takes away your teammates. What do you get? The perfect ultimate game. Do that. The way those bolts or whatever magnetize to you as you walk near them is very, what's the word? Satisfying. So my next question is the magnetization of those little collectible bits, is that like a power-up or a badge, or do you just always have that magnetic effect? Keo wonders what's the name of the song, and that would of course be Going Commando, which means something specific in America. I don't know if it's a slang in Australia or the UK. Do people go commando in the UK or Australia? Yeah, Keo thought that was the game title. At first I did, because this YouTube posting says Ratchet and Clank Going Commando in parentheses, so I was like, wow, there was a remake where all the characters went commando? Alright, JJ confirms that Going Commando in the UK is a thing. Shadow Ops fleshing out the definition of going commando. No boxers for men or undergarments. Looking at you, Ratchet and Clank. Keep those pants on, since you've disclosed what is or is not underneath. Ah, look at that concept art. Why is there just a cartoony picture in this perfect dark style building? Ah, look how happy he looked. A little too happy for a gritty gun game. I'm just kidding. JJ says underwear can be uncomfortable. JJ knows a guy. Yes, and as Shadow Ops, I can't resist but be immature to sing the song that some of my friends in high school would sing whenever the topic came up. They would say, because I'm free ballin', yeah, I'm free ballin'. Tom Petty, may he rest in peace. Free ballin'. And I missed what Vector had said. You would say it may be more accurate that the RNG gunplay ballooned in scope, but the platforming didn't get any more complex. I see. So you have to think a lot more with the guns and which to use. Wow, I love this Bioshock homage with a 2D puzzle that you snap into. Vector Sater says the footage is nowhere. Yeah, it's 7:18, so we're wrapping up now, but I'll click ahead. Not to the super end or anything. Cheetos. Disgusting Cheetos. Oh, would I kill as a kid to just get some damn Cheetos? Pardon me. I see Shadow the Hedgehog style strafing, so I guess this is a good game after all. Cantu thinks it's the desert planet, but I Cantu always associates it with the museum, though, and thus is not 100% sure. Good night, everybody. Keo loves this percussion, and I do too. It's, a soft, understated beat can still be very, soothing, and it doesn't pop. It doesn't have a kick like and yet it does. That's not a good way of describing it. But who is this? Is this Pixar's Elio? Or is that just Clank, maybe? Alright, JJ called it. It's Clank. So is Clank like, in Sonic 06, you every now and again control Tails or someone else for a briefer segment, but you mainly play as Mr. Ratchet? Alright, Vector says when it's all said and done, ultimately what he was looking for is, of course, the underground zone mines of Tabora. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap up. But what I want to say to you before I sign off is there anything you want to see on the schedule next week? See if I took any notes for things to stream. No, because we played Sonic Blast. I tried to open Time Twisted and it wouldn't work. Hat in Time stocks have crashed. I haven't played enough Rystar to stream that again. I just played Shadow the Hedgehog. We did 2 weeks of Chow stuff in Sonic Adventure 2, and we did the Road Rash Plus. So, I have no idea what to do. Now, Vector says, how does this community feel about Freedom Planet? Yeah, I would totally stream that, and I've kind of mentioned that here and there, but not followed through. So maybe I should jot that down right now. Freedom Planet. Yeah, and there was one fan game I think I played that the invincibility music was based on the Freedom Planet theme, and it just made me crack up. Keo said, how am I feeling regarding Rystar? Yeah, I do want to stream more, but I probably shouldn't do it blind like I did. I just have to tell the truth and say that on an average day, it's very difficult to find the motivation to play Rystar. I'm not passing judgment. I'm just talking about me personally. And I like playing it on stream, but it's very hard to get into it. I'm just playing on a random night. I don't exactly know why. Keo at least understands that in a general sense. Oh yeah, and JJ said, yeah, so let me jot that down too. JJ had mentioned a while back about that Sonic Fighters, with kind of like a scribbling artwork type of thing. So that's a good idea. Sonic the Fighters Blitz, that's the one. Wow. Do that. Tritone. Sharp 4, 5, sharp 4. If only McMark was here to certify the tritone. But yeah, to the 9 viewers on Twitch and the 3 viewers on YouTube, I want to say thanks so much for hanging out. I'll be back with another week of streams with a whole lot of Sonic, maybe some Freedom Planet, maybe that Sonic the Fighters Blitz. Keo on Twitch says there's been a bunch of Sonic Battle video essays since that guy showed up in the animated short. Ah, yeah. Mr. Lugassi Emerald himself. But yeah, thank you very much, I Can't Do, for today's request. Shadow Ops, thank you very much, and have a good night yourself. JJ, have a good night's sleep if you're not joining us, even for a little bit of cut. Keo, see you on the racetrack. Vector Sater, have a good one. Also invited to kart race. Yeah, and of course everyone else who's watching. Polar Wildcat Studios, Judah Allen, Wackadude, Javid Left, and Third Bruno, of course, who could forget. Thank you, I Can't Do. Have a great weekend too. See you later, Vector Sater. But yeah, the party's not done because we're gonna race some karts. You can play as Sonic characters, and I'm gonna have my going out eye look from Ashley Lamarca. She had paint on every inch of her face. It looked horrible. So bye everybody. Alright, JJ's gonna at least get some cart. It's going down. Gonna go ahead and open that lobby ASAP. So I'll see you all soon. Good night. See you Monday. Sonic the Hedgehog games. Check Steam. Sometimes they go on sale. And you can even continue to get original Gangster Sonic Generations if it's part of a bundle. Good night, everybody. Watch out for the first place missile on that there racetrack. It can be outrun with, as the instruction manual says, with perfect play.